morning, ladies and gents. Back with you on 45, making my hour commute. You know what I'm saying? I moved out in the country so I can prepare to do some farming. Even though I don't know nothing about farming, but I'm gonna figure it out though. So back on this highway making my commute to Dallas. It's pouring down raining, so that's a lot of fun. Making a 1 hour drive while it's pouring down raining. You know, life is hard, but we carry on, right? So we gonna do this. I like to use my little commute time to make a video and do some studying on different things that I got going on. So today what we gonna get on is what a cash buyer is, so everybody know what to expect from a cash buyer and what they do. You know, if you're wholesaling a deal and you got it on the contract, you know, then you're looking for a cash buyer to sell your contract to. And so a cash buyer don't mean he gonna bring all cash to the table. His cash he got saved up. I mean, it could mean that, but not necessarily. What that really means is he's using non-contingent funds, meaning his cash, his money is good, regardless where it's coming from. It can come from an investor, some investors. It can come from a lender, a bank, whoever. Wherever the money comes from, it don't matter. It's money. And it's not based on an appraisal. It's not based on if he can get approved. It's not based on none of that. He just saying, hey, I got the money, cash, and you want them to be able to close quick. You want them to be able to close, you know, in a couple of weeks or less. Sometimes they'll sell week, but you can kind of look forward to it sometime going over that week, because you might end up renegotiating or something. Just never know what might happen to where it might be a little bit longer. So if they tell you a week, expect 2 weeks, but 2 weeks is all right. I asked for 30 days with the seller, so that way I don't have to go back. Nobody has to go back and ask for an extension, just in case something does happen. But you want your cash buyer to be able to close though, you know, as quick as possible with non-contingent funds. It's not an FHA loan like when you go buy a house to live in. It's not conventional FHA. This is, you know, non-contingent funds. And so, and cash buyers, you can find them pretty much anywhere. So a lot of people look for cash buyers first, but cash buyers is pretty much, you know, easy to find. You just really want to find that deal. If you find a deal, you can find a cash buyer. They're everywhere. They're on Craigslist. You can find cash buyers on Craigslist. You can find them at the real meetings online. But you do want to kind of know who your cash buyer is, because you want to know they really gonna come to that table and close on that deal. That's how you're gonna get paid. So you don't want the first dude or whoever, the first person that jump up and say, hey, I'm looking for a deal, I got cash, and you just jump on it. So it is important that you get to know your cash buyers, talk to other investors, ask them who they use, look at the people who just sold, look at the listings that just sold, and find out who was the seller. When you see a rehab property that's been sold, that was a cash buyer most likely. That was somebody that bought and fixed that house up and sold it. So you know what they do, because you see a house that just sold. Find out who was the seller, contact that person. So, you know, or you can contact me. You know, I'm a cash buyer. So cash buyer is not hard to find. You know, but find the deal and cash buyers will come. You know, you can find those pretty easy. You can put that deal out wherever there's multiple cash buyers. You just want to talk to somebody to make sure that cash buyer is a quality person. He really closing on that deal. A lot of people say that they can do this and they can do that and don't deliver. So it is important to know that your cash buyer will deliver. Because if he don't, you don't get paid. And we'll get on something else on the next video. But any questions about cash buyers, holler at me. Enjoy y'all day. Be safe.